So today we have Brigadier Effendi with us और वो हमें बताएंगे ग्लोबल नॉलेज रेवोल्यूशन के बारे में. Sir, what do you understand by global knowledge revolution, if I may ask?
Gee, it's a very interesting subject and an interesting question. I have, over a period of time, studied different knowledge revolutions that brought this world to where it is today. The first knowledge revolution was when we had the Indus Valley civilization, we had the Mesopotamian, we had the Egyptian. This was the time of the pharaohs of Prophet Moses. This was the time when approximately 3 to 4,000 BC. The next revolution came in around 400 to 500 BC when the Greeks, the Romans, and the Maurya, the Indian families came up. This was the time when the wheel was invented in the world.
Oh.
And because of the wheel, a revolution took place. And it was then the knowledge revolution. We also had this in South America.
Okay.
Also in North America, but Europe was still in darkness. And we also had this in China. The next revolution came in around 650, 700 AD when the Muslim Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he launched Islam, and with that the Islamic knowledge revolution came up. And the Islamic knowledge revolution basically brought peace to mankind, brought medical, brought mathematics, brought astronomy, algebra. They were able to do so many things, and the basic thing was they brought agriculture, they brought medical, and they spread the word of Allah through knowledge in the world. Then we come to the Industrial Revolution, which started in around 1500 AD, and this was started from Europe, where the Industrial Revolution started, and it kept going till the year 1900. So in the 1900s, we came to what we now call the modern revolution, in which the world was able to jump in 100 years what it had not achieved in the last 5,000 years. And in the last 25 to 30 years, we jumped into from the Industrial Revolution into the Information Age. And now I feel the time has come that from the Information Age, we should get back into the Knowledge Revolution.
Fair enough. So, what do you plan to achieve through the knowledge revolution?
Yes, very good question. You see, what the world has to understand, that the whole world is working for its mutual destruction. For the last century, millions of soldiers have died and millions of civilians have been killed in different wars. And trillions of dollars have been used for destruction of mankind and what mankind has built.
True.
And we are still on the path to genocide. And India is now the latest example after Israel.
Right.
Now, what we want to achieve through knowledge revolution is very interesting. The first thing is that we want to create an awareness in the world that if the 80 to 90% of the poor, the underdeveloped world has to come up, it has to join the knowledge revolution. Knowledge is the future. So any knowledge country, any society or anybody who misses on knowledge has no future. Number two, the world is, as I said, going for mutual destruction with education, with science. Through knowledge revolution, we want to introduce peace. Mankind must develop through knowledge for peace. The third thing is that mankind through knowledge should help the underdeveloped and the underprivileged people to come up. And the last but not the least is that today mankind has achieved everything but has lost its peace of mind. आज इंसान के पास ज़हनी सुकून नहीं है, तो इल्म के थ्रू हम चाहते हैं कि दुनिया में ज़हनी सुकून लोगों के पास आए. ज़हनी सुकून अमन से आएगा और अमन जो है इल्म से आएगा और ये सारा कुछ जो है वो नॉलेज और विजडम से आएगा.
बिल्कुल सही है. तो सर, हाउ डू यू प्लान टू अचीव दिस थ्रू डिफरेंट स्टेजेस ऑफ ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट?
देखिए जी, सबसे जो इम्पोर्टेंट चीज समझने की है वो है डिजिटल एज.
राइट.
आपके भी बच्चे हैं, हमारे भी बच्चे हैं, हमारे ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन हैं, हमारी बेटियां हैं, हमाे बेटे हैं. सबसे जो पहला हिसाब है ना कि हमें ये नहीं पता कि डिजिटल एज में हमने पेरेंटिंग कैसे करनी. हमारी जो बेटियां हैं वो अंडर नरिश्ड हैं, वो सारा दिन मोबाइल्स पर बैठी हुई हैं, बच्चों से बात नहीं हो रही है, स्ट्रेस में है, बच्चे डिफॉर्म पैदा हो रहे हैं और जो बच्चे पैदा हो रहे हैं उनका माँ बाप के साथ कोई लिंक नहीं है. वो जो है ना फॉरेन कार्टून्स देख रहे हैं, फॉरेन कल्चर में जा रहे हैं. तो ये जो पेरेंटिंग है ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है डिजिटल एज. उसके बाद आता है चाइल्डहुड इन डिजिटल एज. चाइल्डहुड है कि जब बच्चा नर्सरी से जाता है और तकरीबन 12 साल का हो जाए. ये वो फॉर्मेटिव ईयर्स हैं जिसमें आपको डिजिटल एज में बच्चे को पढ़ाना है, सिखाना है। और आइंदा जो वक्त आ रहा है उसमें न क्लासेस होंगी, न टीचर्स होंगे, सारा वर्चुअल होगा। और ये जो अभी हम 16 साल 20 साल पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, ये भी कम हो के 12 साल से 7 साल पर आएगा। और नॉलेज जो है वो स्किल बेस्ड होगा। तो ये जो हम 12-13 सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़ा रहे हैं ये भी खत्म हो जाएगा। अभी आप देखें हमारे जितने बच्चे हैं जो मोबाइल्स को हैंडल कर रहे हैं, जो गाड़ियों को हैंडल, सारे अनपढ़ हैं, बट दे हैव द स्किल्स।
True.
And they know more about the skill they have than the man who's done his doctorate or PhD or MSc in that subject. उसके
Right.
बाद आता है टीन्स। अच्छा, टीन्स की डिजिटल एज में भी बड़े प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, क्योंकि जब टीन्स में आते हैं तो उनके अपने प्रॉब्लम शुरू होते हैं पढ़ाई के। और सबसे बड़ी चीज जो टीन्स के लिए है दैट इज डिस्ट्रैक्शन, क्योंकि इतना फेक न्यूज है, इतना जो है इमोरल किस्म का मटेरियल अवेलेबल है कि टीन्स जो है वो अपने उस रास्ते से हट जाते हैं। टीन्स के बाद आता है एंटरप्रेन्योर्स का शुरू हो जाता है जब वो उनकी पढ़ाई खत्म हो जाती है और वो काम करना शुरू करते हैं। अभी एंटरप्रेन्योर्स में भी प्रॉब्लम यही आ रहा है कि एंटरप्रेन्योर्स नेटवर्किंग नहीं कर पा रहे, और उस वजह से आप देखें तो thousands and thousands of young people are unemployed.
Sure.
There are 5,000 PhDs in Pakistan who are unemployed. Now the reason is they don't know what to do with the education they have. If they had the knowledge, they would not be suffering from this problem. And the last problem is what we call it old age in digital age.
Sure.
Because in the old age, the children leave you to the mobiles.
Sure.
And they say goodbye to you. So isolation is killing people. Older people are now in depressions. Older people are in old age homes, whereas they should be in their family homes. So
Right.
the families are getting destroyed. And if we follow this path and we try to control it, then we would have achieved the human part of the knowledge revolution.
Sir, what do you understand by knowledge engineering?
Yes, very good. You see, like all engineering, the West is using knowledge engineering for IT. We are using it in a more broader term. What we are saying is that knowledge engineering basically requires knowledge engineers who should be able to tell people what is required. We need teachers like your mother to help us make syllabus for young children. The present subjects, you will be shocked, are no more required in the world. New subjects are coming in and they are not one or two, they are in hundreds. So you can't take one boy and teach him 100 subjects. So right from the start to the end, you have to guide them, you have to explain to them, and you have to tell them how to go about it, what are the subjects to be taught in schools, what has to be taught in colleges, what has to be taught in universities. The second issue is modern age education has become very, very expensive. Rather, only the very rich now can afford education. So knowledge acquisition, we are trying to make it universal through virtual education. And in that, you can have 100,000 students working from home and they can be taught by the best teacher. And we have now systems developed that we can monitor every student. We can grade them, we can give them certification, we can take their exams, all through AI. So this is the change. And this is what we are trying, because today you can't go to America. Even the Americans can't teach their children to send them to university because it becomes so expensive. In Pakistan, if you want to be a medical student, you need to pay like 20 lakhs.
True.
Which parents can't afford.
Right.
But we are coming up with systems that you can have the best teachers from around the world, the best doctors teaching 100,000 students globally. So world is changing, but we are not changing. And that is why what we have done is that we have kept 2030, 2047, 2050 at the back of our mind.
Okay.
So we are seeing where the world will be in 2050. The children who are born today have to be trained. So in 25 years, hopefully, the children who are born today, we won't be there, but at least they would be where we want them to be at the world level. Otherwise, if you miss this knowledge revolution, then you are going to be in poverty for the rest of your life.
Sir, you used the term knowledge highway. Can you please elaborate it?
Yes. You see, when I was talking to you in the out of context, I used the word knowledge highway.
Yes.
Now, knowledge acquisition is a very vast subject. First, you would have heard used to be a roadmap.
Right.
The roadmap was a very limited term, but the highway or the knowledge highway is a much broader term. And every country, every society, every person has to decide where is he standing on the knowledge highway and where does he want to go on the knowledge highway. Because on the knowledge highway, there are many stations, like the fuel stations. So depending on what sort of knowledge you want to acquire, you have to go and get it. Now, to be able to travel on this knowledge highway, there is another term which we call the knowledge navigators. The knowledge navigators are going to be the teachers or the leaders who are going to guide people, societies, and countries on how to acquire the correct knowledge. Because we have to understand everything has a negative and a positive. If you acquire the negative knowledge, then you are going to be in hacking, you are going to be doing frauds, you are going to be doing killings. But if you are acquiring the positive knowledge, then you are going to be helping the society, you will be bringing peace, you will be bringing happiness to the society.
Right. So do you plan to also introduce knowledge economy?
Yes. You see, today the world is moved out of the agriculture and the industrial revolution. And now what we are talking is the knowledge economy. Because in the next 10 years, over 50% of the human race will be out of jobs. The doctors will be out of jobs, the lawyers will be out of jobs, the soldiers will be out of jobs. There will be, everything will be in artificial intelligence.
All right.
Now, being able to work in an environment where there is no work for you will require special skills.
Okay.
And to be able to earn money in that sort of an environment will require knowledge economy. So, gaining money, making assets is going to be a different art. And that again will be based on whoever has that knowledge. If you don't have the knowledge, I'm sorry to say, you'll miss the bus.
In order to achieve the above, can you elaborate the concept of knowledge teacher, knowledge student, and knowledge worker?
Yes. You see, like I again said, knowledge acquisition requires knowledge teachers and knowledge leaders
Right.
and knowledge leadership, because our teachers are what we call रटे. आपने मोटी किताब ली, उसमें से आपने 3 चैप्टर लिए, बच्चों को आपने 15 सवाल दिए, उस 15 सवाल में से आपने कहा 3 सवाल आएंगे, वो आपने पास किया तो आप आगे गए.
True.
नॉलेज टीचर इस किस्म के टीचर नहीं होंगे. वो जिस सब्जेक्ट का भी काम करेंगे, वो जो है ना उसकी पूरी जो है ना एक्विजिशन होगी, वो आपको पूरा समझाएंगे, आपको पढ़ाएंगे, आपको गाइड करेंगे. अभी जो चीज समझने की है कि जो टीचर आपको रटा करा रहा था, तो वो क्या किसको करा रहा था? स्टूडेंट को. तो नॉलेज स्टूडेंट जो है वो रटे वाला नहीं होगा.
सही.
नॉलेज स्टूडेंट क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग करेगा, वो अपना नॉलेज एक्विजिशन करेगा. देखिए, मैंने आर्मी ज्वाइन की थी एज ऑफ 17. मैंने एफए भी नहीं किया था. व्हेन आई रिटायर्ड एज अ ब्रिगेडियर, आई हैड डन माय डॉक्टरेट इन फिलॉसफी.
Mashallah.
And today, this is hardly 1/10 of the library I have. Now, why I'm saying this to you is because today knowledge is a continuous process. You are going to be from the cradle to the grave in studies and understanding and gaining knowledge, because the world is changing so fast. If you are not, you are out of the race. So the children also have to learn to get out of this cramming process. The parents have to also learn to get their children out of this process. The teachers also have to learn. अभी teachers का क्या होता है, उसने physics पढ़ी 40 साल पहले, वही पढ़ा रहा है. दुनिया चेंज हो गई है, अभी वो नहीं चलेगा. अभी उसको पढ़ना पड़ेगा, हर दिन पढ़ना पड़ेगा. अभी हम पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी के साथ काम कर रहे हैं, बड़ी मुझे खुशी होती है. वहाँ एक IER डिपार्टमेंट है, हेडेड बाय प्रोफेसर कयूम साहब, पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी के वाइस चांसलर हैं, हमारे लॉरेंस कॉलेज के हैं, माशाल्लाह. तो ये वो लोग हैं जो कि इस वक्त इस तरफ नॉलेज की तरफ काम कर रहे हैं, लोगों को पढ़ा रहे हैं, तरबियत दे रहे हैं. एंड इट टेक्स टाइम. लेकिन हमारा जो टारगेट है कि हम कम से कम 5 साल में पाकिस्तान को नॉलेज हब बनाएं फॉर द थर्ड वर्ल्ड.
Right.
नाउ नॉलेज हब मीन्स के लोग पाकिस्तान की तरफ देखें इल्म हासिल करने के लिए, और उसका नाम हमने रखा है नॉलेज कॉरिडोर्स.
अच्छा.
और 26 यूनिवर्सिटियों के साथ दुनिया की ऑलरेडी हमारे MOUs और नॉलेज कॉरिडोर्स हो गए हैं, जिसमें अमेरिका भी शामिल है, चीन भी है, मलेशिया है, सोमालिया भी है, अरब कंट्रीज भी है, इंडोनेशिया है.
अच्छा.
तो कहने का मकसद ये है कि ये एक कंटिन्यूअस एफर्ट है. नॉलेज कॉरिडोर का मतलब है कि फ्री एक्सचेंज ऑफ नॉलेज बिटवीन द यूनिवर्सिटीज, बिटवीन द सोसाइटीज. जो उनके पास है वो हमारे साथ शेयर करेंगे, जो हमारे पास नॉलेज है हम उनसे शेयर करेंगे. फ्री एक्सचेंज ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स एंड ट्राइंग टू ब्रिंग द कॉस्ट ऑफ नॉलेज एक्विजिशन डाउन टू जीरो.
सही. वेरी नाइस. तो सर, कैन यू एक्सप्लेन हाउ यू इंटेंड टू एस्टैब्लिश AI इंडस वैली? आपने उसके बारे में भी बात की
जी.
थी मुझसे.
देखिए, दुनिया में इस वक्त 3 बड़ी वैलीज हैं. एक सिलिकॉन वैली है, एक वैली जो है वो चाइना में है, एक वैली जो है वो जापान में है, और एक वैली हम थर्ड वर्ल्ड के लिए पाकिस्तान में बना रहे हैं. नाउ व्हाई वी आर कॉलिंग इट इंडस वैली? बिकॉज इंडस वैली इज ओवर 5000 years old, and Indus Valley was a cradle of knowledge for over 4,000 years.
Okay.
It is only when the British came, तो हमारी जो है ना education और knowledge का तबाही हो गया, and we lost track. So we have to get back on the track. ठीक है जी?
सही है.
इसके लिए we are creating the Global Knowledge Engineering Virtual University, and Knowledge University, Virtual University will be able to globally train people irrespective of their age, because in global acquisition of knowledge there is no age limit. ये नहीं है कि जी आप 17 साल के हैं तो आपने ये डिग्री करनी है, तो आप 40 साल के हैं तो आप ये नहीं कर सकते. No, even if you're 90 years old and you
Okay.
want to study something, you can join the class.
That's good.
And we will have the world's best teachers from Harvard, from MIT, from China. आपको पता है दुनिया की जो टॉप 10 यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं उसमें से 8 चाइना में. People don't know this. हम सिर्फ हार्वर्ड, ऑक्सफोर्ड की बात करते हैं, but we never know what is in our back door. तो इसलिए हम ग्लोबल बात कर रहे हैं, और we want to, like I said, थर्ड वर्ल्ड के लिए हम लीडर बनना चाहते हैं in the knowledge acquisition. Now our tragedy is that we have a very ruthless neighbor जो कि पीस के भी खिलाफ है, नॉलेज की भी खिलाफ है, और वो नहीं चाहता कि पाकिस्तान किसी तरीके से तरक्की करे.
बिल्कुल सही.
और वो जो छोटा सा टोला है बिलियनियर्स का इंडिया में, वही चाहता है कि जी हम ही रूल करें, बाकी अनपढ़ रहें और उनके ऊपर हम बादशाही करें. So this is not acceptable to us. Over 1,000 PhDs are supporting my effort.
Very nice.
And we are not branding it. It's my idea, but it's not branded. I want everybody to benefit and benefit free.
Very nice, sir. माशाल्लाह, excellent. Sir, very nice. बहुत अच्छा आपका विजन है, और अल्लाह इसमें आपको तरक्की दे, और हम सब आपके साथ मिलके इस विजन पे काम करेंगे. Thank you for sharing your vision with us.
God
अल्लाह
bless you.
हाफिज.